If you know me, there's one thing on this planet I love more than oxygen, and it's not the Chili's 3 for me. It's actually the Subnautica franchise. I've been a fan since growing up watching Jacksepticeye and his almost 100 episodes on the series. At one point, I even pre-ordered the Below Zero game just to play a day early, tweeting into the void about how excited I was to play it. And if you also have a hard time finding the clit, then you probably have also played or watched Subanutica, and you're also aware that the third installment in the series is due to release in early access on May 14th. Now, if this early birthday gift wasn't good enough for me, we also found out that a couple of weeks ago, the predatory publishing company who forced the original creators of Subnautica out of the company because they didn't want to pay them their record-setting bonuses, even using ChatGPT to get around doing so, were no longer involved with this project, having their name taken off of it. When I found this out, this was almost as good as news as when I found out that Doc Rivers was no longer coaching the Milwaukee Bucks. So to say I'm grinning from ear to ear is an understatement. I'm actively producing buckets of dopamine and euphoria at any moment during the day now. And with this announcement, Unknown Worlds also published the trailer for the early access of the game, and we could take a little tiny look at it real quick. Now, besides the one-piece pacing of the trailer, I really did think it was a good cinematic trailer to introduce you into the game. If I had to say anything, there was probably too much water in it, which, if I was IGN, would cause me to give it a 2 out of 10 on the scale. But if you're not hyped for this, I mean, what? Do you have a girlfriend and a social life? With this announcement of early access, they also said that it was going to be priced at $30, which I honestly feel is like a perfect price, as it's the same price that they charge for the first game and Below Zero. And honestly, with what other games are charging these days, I'm not going to complain about 30. And I was especially worried after Crafton was put onto it because I thought a We Happy Feud thing was going to happen, where they were going to get the publishing company, say it was only going to be $30, and then all of a sudden you're paying $60 for a game that's dog shit. But thankfully, like I said before, after getting their asses handed to them in court multiple times and looking like fucking buffoons and baboons, I'm assuming Crafton and its CEO ran home and just gave the title to the original team in some sort of settlement or contract buyout kind of thing. I haven't really seen anything on that exact topic, honestly. It really was just like a one day they were and then one day they weren't on the project. So now we're left with a product that's marketing and pricing is completely left up to a team I genuinely believe cares more about the community than they do about the money. I would have made a video on the whole Crafton thing, but as you guys know, I only started existing 3 days ago, so I'm a little late to the show, but I do know that Below Zero was a letdown for most fans, including me, considering how amazing the first game was, but I think that there were some things that showed promise and were a step in the right direction, and I truly believe that with Subanutica 2 being multiplayer and them showing the same passion again that they had with the first one, while also considering and acknowledging the problems that people had with Below Zero, will result in a game that is close, obviously not, the same quality, but close to the quality of the first one. Obviously, only time will tell, and in this case, we're still years away from the final product, as they admitted in the Steam post that early access will take around that long. But that just gives them more time to update and change the game through feedback from the player base. I just hope that they really did learn from the last one and don't randomly decide to change the story and half-ass a bunch of the gameplay 50% of the way through, making it like they did with Below Zero. So those are my final thoughts on it. I'm really excited if you can't tell, but unfortunately my Dodge Journey is giving me some problems. So I'm going to go take that into the shop and I'll see you guys later.